What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling, man? This throwback, I'm Sean. Want to come back in, get one in real quick. Um, yeah, man, a lot of stuff been going on, man. Are y'all paying attention to the weather? So let's look. So it's not connected, but it's connected, right? So you got China. China is getting crushed. Japan is getting crushed. Asia is getting crushed. Asia in the whole getting crushed. India, I seen Nepal getting it. I seen France getting it. Italy is flooded right now. Africa, they having problems. I seen white phone spitting off the thing right there. Then you got earthquakes and all that stuff. And it's been a bunch of earthquakes, right? And they've been hitting many earthquakes. Because like say out in your Nevadas and states out there, they doing that drilling. And when they drill, they instead of them, we thinking they drill straight down like this. They could drill straight down for a little while, then they could drill on an angle. And they could drill on an angle for miles and miles and miles. And so I think we setting up for, we not gonna get to, well, certain parts gonna get flooded, just like China, because in certain parts of China you got flooding. Other parts you got famine. I mean drought. You got drought and you got the locusts. The locusts, and they got the baby locusts, so they got the little ones that's still green and just sitting there eating. They ain't even start flying yet, so they got like the baby locusts. So it's all connected, man. Then you got the sun. Sun ain't the same, y'all. That ain't the same sun up there. It's not. But what we getting right now is we got two suns up there. It's my theory. But they be banning people. They had that lady Regina COVID. They be having her stressed out. They be messing with her videos all the time, and she just is nice. She like somebody older auntie or grandma that want to invite you to listen to her YouTube while she make cookies and shit and point at the sky. So she ain't saying nothing negative, and they be messing with her video, right? So, but I think what you got up there right now is you got two suns. Let's call them two suns. We got the one that we thinking of normally, and that one I think is a portal. That one actually got a square. It got an entrance in it. So where they could come in and out. It's turning black. It's changing. Then we got a satellite up there. They got a satellite that they put up there that's more like an octagon. So when you look up there, it'll look like almost like a big flashlight or something in the sky and shit like that. Cause the light now, the sunlight now is not that golden yellow, and it's more like a fluorescent light up in the sky. So pay attention. That's what I think is going on. You know, with the flooding and the earthquakes and all of the mini earthquakes and all of that stuff like that. People that live on the coast and near water, you gotta have an exit plan. You gotta have an exit plan, because I expect us to get some shaking. We might not get as much rain, but we're gonna get shaking. We're gonna get earthquakes, and we're gonna get earthquakes in places that don't normally get earthquakes. They said, even I was watching, you got, these is channels you could watch, you know what I'm saying? Mr. BB 333, that's a good one. Maria Govan, and then it's another dude called the Earth Watcher. The Earth Watcher is good because he'll have the whole globe, and then he'll have where all of the earthquakes at, all of the tremors, he'll break down where the fault lines at and all that, right? So I had a situation where somebody study hitting me up, and we gonna get into Trump on the brain, Trump infected Trump brainitis or whatever the fuck it is later. But so I'm like, a dude my age or older, and you hitting me up, and you still trying to prove to me that Trump is a pervert and Trump is a pedophile, even though Trump done signed executive orders taking the seizing the property of all these people. Even though it's all coming out right now, you know what I'm saying? You still want to prove that he's involved in it and not your Obamas and your Hillarys and your Bidens and all of them. So you still, okay, if that's the case, and that's what, then we gotta wait and see that, because I feel like he wouldn't all of this shit wouldn't have been coming out if he was in that. Maybe he might have been around at parties. They all hang out, the billionaires, they always throwing parties. So yeah, maybe he was doing all that shit. But yo, I seen enough evidence to let me know that certain people was involved. When I see evidence that he was involved, then I believe it. Until then, it's just like, that's just propaganda, and y'all can't get past the fact that from the time this man won, the media, TV, every celebrity, everybody done been brainwashing society to feel a certain way about this guy. Even though, because I'm like, what is the presidency anyway? Do I gotta like the president? I never liked Bush. Had to deal with him. None of the Bushes had to deal with them and shit. Reagan had to deal with them. Okay, yeah, you might have liked Clinton, but shit, he was likable because he was a fucking devil, a demon behind closed doors. So yeah, he come out tap dancing and doing all that shit, all of them. So you don't vote for a popularity contest anyway. They turned it into a popularity contest, but voting's supposed to be about what they doing, period. Yeah, he might be, get off him. Yeah, he might be a crunchy governor, man, but yo, since he came in, man, he done lowered taxes or he done did this. But he a Republican, man, and out of this and this and this and that. But since he been in, he been doing what he been helping us out. Maybe not nobody, you know, but right here, he been helping us out. So that's what, I mean, we got it all twisted. And so to get back to my original point is, yo, you got all this weather going on in the world. We supposed to be trying to think about other shit. We supposed to be thinking about all the lies that they telling our kids in the school system constantly and all that, by omitting the fact that there's more pyramids here that's more important to us, the indigenous people of this country. You know what I'm saying? We got more pyramids here that's important to us that they don't teach us about. Yet they teaching us about Egypt, and they teaching us about this, and they teaching us about that. Why? So we should be concerned about that. We should be concerned about trying to get our mind together, actually treating each other better, this and this and that, not attacking each other and shit, instead of trying to prove, you know, oh, this is why I think you wrong about this guy right here. The fuck? Who cares? Really, who cares? I said as much. Like, and it's they job to fix this shit. They running around and they want to give themselves a pat on the back and all of that. But you the ones that fucked this shit up. Word up. Y'all didn't have to slaughter us when y'all got here. It didn't have to happen. Y'all didn't have to drop a bomb on Japan and shit like that. Y'all didn't have to side with Israel knowing that they was this and this and that, or they was fake, or they was a misrepresentation, or you already knew that between Hitler escaping and all of that, that these guys was not to be trusted, and you still trusted them and got bit. What you expect? You know what I'm saying? What you expect? So they supposed to fix this shit. They supposed to fix it, and why should we really care? And why should we be attacking each other? And why should we be out with guns like this guy, the NFAC, and they out there shooting each other and all of this and all of that? Like, come on. We don't need more guns. We don't need more violence. What? So we gonna out-violence them? So, okay, we get all mad and angry and we kill everybody that's against us. We shoot everybody. Then where that leave us at inside? That's what I'm saying. We supposed to be working on our insides, and working on our insides, we ain't gonna need no guns. Word up. Yeah, I got a gun. But yeah, I don't need no gun. I don't need no gun. And when I was running out, people go, oh, you crazy, Sherman. You running out there without a mask on. I'm like, shit. Man, the Creator, Most High done been taking care of me. I done been stabbed in the back, cut, shot at, in a war, all of this shit. A fucking virus gonna kill me? Do you really got any faith? And now it's coming out that they lied. All of that shit was lies. They lied about the mask. They lied about the effectiveness of the mask. They lied about the amount of people that was supposed to get killed. and all of that. They said first they was talking about 2 million or whatever. Now the guy's like 20,000. Like, shit is crazy. They all lying. They switched everything though too. Like Baphomet is originally, it come from a meaning for black goddess, black god, or something like that. So they changed up everything. I ended up watching that show, Knowledge of the Forever Times, and it was like an 8-joint series. Joints was long, like one was an hour 30 minutes, 50 minutes, but it was good though. It was good. It was good. The first show was kind of, it was kind of long because he kind of building it up. But then from the second, third show, and they start hitting and all that, yeah, they stole everything from him. The Anakis, you know who the Anakis are and all that shit. It's all from us. And then, like I was saying on my last show, everything that they took and made evil, it come from something good. So now, if you want to learn Egyptology, you want to learn about Catholicism, or whether you want to read the scripture, or whatever, or whatever, you got to get outside of what they taught you, and then you'll be able to look at it from an objective view, and then you'll be able to see kind of like, this don't make no, I see where they kind of went a little left with this right here, and you know what I'm saying, of the Quran or whatever the case may be, so this what was always struck me with Islam, right? So you look at Islam and all of that and everything, and the how you supposed to live and treat your wives and all your wives. Then it's like, okay, you got wives, so you got multiple wives, but the prophet said that you're supposed to be able to treat them equal. You can't marry them if you can't treat them equal. So you like, how you gonna treat everybody get a day? So that's the first thing I was thinking about. And then the second part of that, just with the women thing too, when we went over to the desert, you had female soldiers that's over there that fought too or sacrificed too, but then they don't want to respect the women over there or whatever the case, didn't want to really speak to a female soldier or whatever the case. And then they women, they women got to walk behind them, and then when they really get serious, they women got to sit in the back seat. She can't even sit up in the front seat next to him. She got to sit up in the back seat. I was like, man, these guys, man. And not to pick on it, but just to show how they take these religions and they put their own little personal they put their little shit on it to justify doing dumb shit. All of it. Cause I don't believe that whole talking in tongues, speaking in tongues they be doing in the church. Come on, man. You might have seen some people that was more believable than others, but I for sure seen some real phony ones in there. We've been tricked out of everything and all the stuff that's supposed to be ours. Yep. It's our land, our country, our history. We going to Egypt looking for pyramids and stuff like that, and camels out there. When this one right here in North Carolina, I'm going to go see. I want to go see this month and stuff, and they all over. Well, we got them right here, and then look, and all of these too. That's how they did the slick shit. And all of these, they made sure that most of the artifacts is gone. Most of the artifacts is gone. They all gone. They're gone. Where they at? It get crazy then. You know what I'm saying? And then they gotta even try to put it where, even though they don't talk about it or whatever the case may be, they try to make it like, mix it in where it's part of the Native American history, or the long-haired Indians that they got running around here. So yeah, so everything they took everything from us, man. Original but twisted it. Yep. For control or just pain. Cause I think that if you MK Ultra people just to turn around and release them in the public so they could kill people and rape and all of this, just so you could study them and all of that or whatever, like, what is your agenda in that? What is your agenda in that? besides the studying, like the sacrifices and the rituals and all that, and mind control through the TVs and the pedophilic images and the kids and all of the movies and all of that. It got the demonic and the this kind of tone to it and the subliminal messages. Like, they whole thing was to create a society that would lead to where everybody would want to have guns out in the street shooting and killing. That's what they was doing, man. They got you, they training our kids. You try to teach your kids. Shout out to the brother Kalai and Riz. You know, they did the live and shit out on Riz channel because they blocked Kalai on his shit, trying to shut him down. But, you know, like, that's what they want, man. They want us out here violent and shooting and this and that. That's what they want. That's just what they want. Just what they want. Word. And so people that's talking about get guns, I blocked a dude the other day, man. He talking that shit like, he said, yo, so I said, I don't think we need more guns. Talk about in Chicago. And here's another thing. How Chicago mad because somebody else want to come in and stop the violence? Whether who killing or what? Whether it's the gang members, whether it's the Mexicans killing. Chicago, it's ridiculous out there, y'all. It's ridiculous. So I understand the right for you to want to not have nobody come in and want to do that, but shit, all that killing out there, that shit ridiculous, man. Little kids, I mean, that's ridiculous out there, man. And your mayor out there, she damn near like she trying to incite a war where Chicago want to go to war with the federal government. What the fuck is she doing? I don't know. Oh, so yeah, so then when it come to our history, right? Our history was wrote by or told by Joseph Greenberg and Franz Boas, both Jews, and they both the father of African studies. That's where our history come from. That's where our history come from. Word up. This was one. I wrote this. I had some of this stuff from a couple of days ago, so I done wrote some stuff, and then I get back and be like, oh man, I forgot when I wrote. So here's one I wrote. The Most High told me that they want them statues up, so when they not around, it will be something to show that they were a great people. Yeah. Like, you know, you see about them fighting with these statues and flags and all that, because they fear when they not around no more. And that's why I think, despite what people are saying, Trump don't just be talking. When he be having his speeches, he don't just be talking to white people. He don't just be talking to them. He be talking to us too. He do. He be dropping little codes. They ask him about the vaccine. He'll say, yo, vaccine, you know, yeah, we going to have vaccines, but I don't think we're going to need it. It's going to disappear, but it'll be available for those that want it, because not everybody's going to want it. He said that. He's talked about all types of stuff that he's actually telling you in his shit, but you know they ain't going to tell you everything he say. And when you get cut the feeds on the news, they going to cut and chop and screw it. He going to give you 30 minutes of a speech, and they gonna only show you like 2 minutes of it cut up. So, like, I think they could actually crash the dollar right now. If they wanted to. They could crash the dollar right now, excuse me. I think he trying to hold it down from crashing it right now so people could get the silver, buy silver and gold. Because you got people on certain shows that the White House watch. So if I know it's a podcaster out there that people in the White House watch, and they be communicating with this lady, surfing Santa surfing. Yeah, Santa surfing. They be actually communicating, emailing her and giving her information or whatever. I'm gonna watch that show, cause she kind of got the pulse of what's going on in there. So And so they be communicating with it, and I think they trying to hold down silver and gold right now, because silver is at, from when I bought my little bit that last time, it was at $18. The same ones I bought like a month ago is at $23 now. Like, it's going up. It's going to go up more. It's going to go up more. So I think he trying to hold it down, and he be communicating with his with his people, his followers, whether white, black, whatever. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, it's funny. Like with all of this shit going on, in the end, they don't want to really apologize for too much or nothing. They don't want to admit that they did nothing wrong. They don't want to even tell us who we really are. They don't even want to let all of the books out of the Vatican. They got these high-ass price tags on the information, or make the information unavailable where we can't get the books or whatever the case may be. And then so, you know, financial. I mean, to be honest, they could never pay us what they owe us for reparations. They could never. I mean, they could never give you. How could you pay us for that? How could you pay us for that? How could you pay us for stealing our history, killing off 70+ million of us when you first got here? Then changed the definition of what indigenous, the original people are. You actually changed that to reflect somebody else, so we won't even know that you killed all of us off. You know what I'm saying? And they run around talking like you killed all of them off and shit. They so confused they believe the lies too. Yeah. So yeah, they could never pay us for that. They could never pay us what we was owed, or whatever the case may be. It was a little bug over there. So yeah, so they could never really pay us. They could. They want to apologize how they want to apologize, and then they still want to be in charge and control. That's why all of this stuff, no matter what, they try to open baseball back up. It ain't even a contact sport, and they tested positive for the COVID. Nothing that they do, nothing that they do gonna really work right now. I seen, shout out to the brother Yarima, out there, right? So Yarima Karama. So I saw he did a post on his Instagram and talking about how they flooded the original town or whatever out there in Georgia or whatever, and some shit like that, and how the town that they built after they flooded the original town, and they built like how do you really expect if you keep getting flooded and all that in this new town that you built? Man, that's the Most High. You put like certain, like this what we getting right now. This weather, like they say, this weather don't make no sense. It's even they got like one of them storm clouds that just sitting over China. It go away and come back and go. It's not going nowhere else. It's just staying right there. Like some of this stuff, man, you look at it and it's the Most High in it. China losing right now. The flood, they got the flood on it. So the food prices. So we talked about the flood, between the flood affecting everything and what people had and stuff like this, and then what they actually could farm. You got the locusts and the drought on the other side. So the food prices is gonna go up, y'all. Food prices is gonna go up because that shit is gonna start to affect us, man. That shit gonna start to affect us. That shit gonna start to affect us. 2020 the crash, 2021 crop losses, 2022 world food shortage. But you probably could speed that up. Like I said, we gonna be at China crop losses by October. They'll be feeling it. By October, they gonna be at crop losses already. So yeah, so the beginning of next year, they'll be at food shortage in China. So I was watching Angel Wallace. She another one that's a Trump. She a Trump loyalist, and she even said that Trump is a clone. That they got a Trump clone out there. She even said it. She said they got a Trump clone out there. She put it like this. She said they got their hands on a Trump clone. So yeah, he cloned. Yeah, he probably cloned this shit like that. So I think he did that interview the other week. He did. See, and y'all want to be talking about communicating without communicating. So he did that interview the other week, and he was outside in the garden, and he was talking to the guy, right? And Trump was like, yo, it's hot out here, but this and this and that. But he was sweating like he normally would be. You know, you outside with a suit on and this and that. But the guy he was talking to, not even a sweat, looking cool as a cucumber and stuff. And so then Trump said something like, how he said it? He said, yeah. He said, the guy said, well, you know, we asked if you wanted to do the interview inside. He said, nah, I wanted to do it outside so I could watch you not sweat or some shit like that. I could watch you sweat or something like that. So yeah, so I think that guy that was doing the interview was a clone. That's what I'm getting at. I think that guy was a clone. Because now I'm starting to believe it. Because you see the Kamala Harris thing where her eyes was black or this or that. And you see some of the things that the Jalen Rose when he was frozen. Yeah, I believe it's clones out there now. You know what I mean? Like Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi looked 85 years old one day, and then she come back look like she got a whole new face and done aged 20 years. So yeah, it's clones running around out here. Yeah, Pelosi talking about a takeover because she next down the road and fumigating the president. Yo, she's a nut, man. She's a nut. Word, because I was talking, oh, this is what I wrote down, because I said, remember when I even said before the Trump situation, we was talking about the Bernie Mac and how they said that when he went to Steve and all of them and they turned on him that they got his clone, that they took his clone out. And that was a hard part for me to still believe at the time. I was fighting the fact that could be a thing. So, but they said they chopped his clone up. They chopped his clone up real bad and this and this and that. So I know, I can imagine what they want to do with the Donald Trump clone. I can imagine you get about 20 feminists in a room, that angry elitist feminists and shit in a room with a Donald Trump clone and tell them and how they do that art thing where they have all of the different weapons laying out on the table, a gun and a rope and all that and a knife. What? I can imagine how that Donald Trump clone would be looking. So I was looking, yeah, they clone you, then they kill you. Yep. Kamala with the new eyes, Johnny Depp clone not talking. That's all Johnny Depp clone do. Word up. Synthetics, they say Taylor Swift. Okay, allegedly. All this allegedly. Yeah, okay, there you go. So, you got, it was a movie, The Boys from Brazil, where they broke it down, how it get down. He said they only need 2 cells. They only need 2 cells to clone you. You know what I mean? They only need 2 cells. They can use a cow or a sheep to grow the clone in. So they don't even need a human thing. They could clone you on the side of a cow or a sheep, right? So, but look, this was I wanted to talk about this when I still remembered. I watched this Russian cat, right? This Russian show or whatever, and this dude was talking, and he was talking about the first time that the Russians met the Anakis or our brothers and sisters, right? They met them. Whatever happened, I guess something happened, and they figured out a way to, I guess, kill the Anaki, right? Kill one of them. So they killed one of them. Whatever the case. So, you know, they left, but they still been leaving the crop circles, which is signals, signs and signals, communication to us to wake up. So they recently went back to Putin before all this weather shit started happening. They recently went back to Putin and was like, yo, are you ready to give now? And so from what I hear, Putin said, you know, basically, I can't trust them So I told them to F off and I don't want you on the planet. And so that's where we at right now. And they at the point where it's enough talk. Like either you're gonna do the right thing or not. So that's where I'm at kind of like right now, like, yo, we gotta be thinking about other shit. We gotta be vibrating up. If you ain't vibrating up and you ain't trying to vibrate up and you still trying to see from the same little to make the old reality, you trying to see a situation in a sense where it'll make sense and you can stay in this other reality, this fuck reality that they set up for us. Yeah, I'm gonna start leaving y'all alone. Start leaving y'all alone. Word up. I ain't saying you gotta believe shit. What I'm saying is you gotta open your mind up to the possibilities. And one of the possibilities that people gotta open their eyes up to and their minds up to is the fact that you was wrong. If you voted for Hillary, you was wrong. If you was hoping that Hillary won, you was wrong. And you can say whatever you want to say about, let's not go no step further. Let's just stay on this one particular topic. Was Hillary better than Donald Trump? Hillary was killing and adrenochroming kids and all of this shit. Kidnapping kids out of Haiti, her peoples and all that. It's proof out there where you could see it. So if you can't get out your feelings enough to look at just that situation right there and go, damn, I was wrong with that one. Hillary was not better than Donald Trump as the president. Some of y'all can't even get past that one. So if you can't get past that and right there, and that's right dead stinking in your face, is plenty of evidence out there for that. Well, you're a waste of time. You're a waste of time. Word, you're a waste of time and energy. So Jackie Gleason, right? Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason, wife, after he passed, said he met, you know, they took him, the president took him out there because he was a big UFO fan and he seen some aliens. A nurse that worked on them called them the Others. Project Camelot, 8 countries making clones. And they've been doing it since the 40s. So it's out there. So here was something, man. Like, I do my thing, I do my show, and I know people do. I do my show, man. I do my show because I want help, because I'm doing it out of love and all that. So you got, I seen where the brother, what's his name, made. He got $100,000 from his people, Young Pharaoh. He got $100,000 for his people to sue YouTube for them disrespecting him or whatever the case, right? Or censoring him, right? So he got $100,000. Then I see he got his next lecture, $20 for his next lecture. Wow. Tariq, he 150K or 120K, got that from his people, is their little thing, and it's non-refundable and all that, man. And people love these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Idol worshiping, man, is just ridiculous, man. Idol worshiping is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. We always looking for somebody to lead us astray. We stay looking for somebody to lead us astray. Yo, we need a new leader. So Alice Down the Rabbit Hole did a new list, right, of the killing of alleged executions, not killings, alleged executions, right? But before we go to that, excuse me, let's revisit the codes again, right? So, self-quarantine, this COVID, this the codes. Remember when the celebrities and all them first came out and shit? And they was all saying it, they was making it seem like it was the end of the world because all the celebrities was coming out with these motherfucking COVID tests and all of this. So, okay, bet. So self-quarantine equals house arrest. So if the celebrity come out and go, oh, I'm self-quarantined, I mean they under house arrest. Celebrity come out and go, hey man, I self-quarantine, man, I got exposure to the corona. That means they was detained and questioned, right? Tested negative equals no confession and we going to trial. Tested negative, right? Tested positive means they confessed to taking a deal or and gonna get executed out the public eye. So that's what's going on. So that's why, and I can see why some people, some of your celebrities think they gonna beat it, cause we still fan worshiping, celebrity worshiping out here, whatever the case may be. So they figure they gonna go to trial instead of copping out to a death sentence. That ain't an easy one to cop out to. But the biggest name on the new list, I thought was Vin Diesel. But then you think about it, you like The Rock, and yeah, they getting ready to get all that Fast and Furious motherfucking crew, that whole Fast and Furious crew and all this. And here's one that is still amazing to me too. Black people act like it's only white people that was doing it. You just act like it was all white people. When you talk about this stuff, yeah, we all down to say some white people was doing it. But let me throw a black person up in there, whatever. It's like, man, Sean, you sound like a fucking racist, man. Jennifer Anderson, you know she was gonna get in there because Brad Pitt was in there. No, I forgot about this guy, Al Pacino. Al Pacino got it. Yeah. Billy Bob Thornton, he got it. Gene Hackman, yep. Barbara Streisand, Matthew Perry, Sandra Bullock, yeah, she was on Ellen talking like she loved the pizza. She loved it. All the royals have either been removed or arrested and executed, all except the prime minister, all prime ministers except for Poland. So Poland is the only one that didn't wasn't down with it, I guess. Anderson Cooper, Matt Dillon, Robert Redford. They said Chevy Chase got shot. He was running, trying to escape. They caught him, shot his ass in the cat skills, allegedly. That's what they said happened, right? Wow. And it's crazy. Chrissy Teigen on Twitter, she the motherfucking victim now. Conan O'Brien, he up there sounding weird now and shit. These motherfucking Hollywood niggas is scared, man. They scared, man. They all making scary videos and shit, trying to talk in codes. Yeah. I seen a Chameleon there. He was talking about his conversation with Michael Jordan. I'm telling you, I think Michael Jordan gonna get. There's gonna be some NBA motherfuckers going down, man. So, but he was talking about how Mike was like, "Fuck that! I ain't taking no picture. Fuck that nigga." And this and that, and shit like that. And in the club one night, and Chameleon was like, "Yo, I just bidding on a Michael Jordan jersey and shit." $7K and shit, and came over here just on some regular shit. He was taking pictures with women's and white women's and all that, you know, the pink toe. He said, I tried to holler at him like, yo, could I take a picture? I ain't taking no picture, no nickel. Fuck out of here. Stood up and cursed the nigga out. And then he said Barkley and Spikeman was like, you know that, he tried to say, you know, that's Chameleon. I don't give a fuck who that is. That Chameleon don't wear motherfucking Air Jordans. Word. Looking down on him and shit, yeah. Mike is another one. All with his numbers, his 23s and his 45s and all of that. Yeah. 13s and changed his number on the 23rd day and all of this shit like this, yeah. So don't let Mike fool you. Won his 6th ring. His 6th championship and hit it with what the pitches say 6.6 on the shot clock and shit. Yeah, So he down too. bar is illegal. They all bought into that satanic shit. Successful people here. That's the one thing we gotta just let go of this. We starting to think, trying to think that separating this one. And just about all of them that's successful right now, Queen Latifah and all that. They said Queen Latifah the one that be busting the girls. You know, got the women. They degrade them, get them in there in the conference room, like I said, where they be shitting and pissing, and then that's part of the thing that they be eating the feces and the shitness and like that. This is what these executives do. Like they said, the more degrading and the more humiliating, the better. Like that's what they do, right? So that's what they had these women doing and all that, or whatever the case may be. And so when you want to go to that next level, when you want to go to that 20, 30,000, $20, $30 million range and all that, Latifah one that they send to fuck you up. Like they sending Latifah with a strap on to the women. And she break it down how it's gonna go. Yeah. That shit crazy, man. These niggas is all fucks, man. Fucks. Okay, so remember I've been talking about the bar is legal, right? So now watch how they use race and shit in a negative in a situation to control shit. So the bar is illegal anyway. That shit's supposed to be disbanded and gone. So out in California, they just lowered the requirements for passing the bar or being accepted into the bar in California, right? So now that's gonna make the racists on one side, white people, get upset or whatever the case may be. Then two, it's gonna be letting in people, you know, it's letting in, you know what I'm saying? It's letting in people easy into a system that's corrupt that they shouldn't be in the first place. But now they're gonna take you off of the fact that the system is corrupt and have you worrying about the lowered standards now. Because the shit is illegal. The bar is illegal. The bar is a private organization. Headquarters is in UK. And then they got the bar. They got Westlaw is who keep the records for the bar association, which you got to pay for that. And that's one, they got one computer here. And then the main headquarters, that's also in the UK. So, I mean, this shit is not even an American entity, man. But they control our court system. They trying to look good, but still holding you back. Word, because this should be our position moving forward with the legal system. Man, the United States of America is an illegal corporation that is right now is here illegally on our country, in our land. That's where we at with it. So I don't even recognize your courts right here, bro. And I could even say from this, if we even get off of that, we could say, get past that part. We could just go straight off the fact that, look at the shit y'all did since the 1930s or 40s with the legal system. Y'all turned people into a cattle. Y'all gave us no rights. Y'all did this. Y'all did that. My ancestors never signed up for none of this shit when y'all moved over here. Y'all just came over here and implemented y'all laws and said that was the land of the law. So we don't have to, and now once y'all start doing crooked shit, we ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Y'all ain't got no right to make us property. Y'all don't have no right to do that. So that's where we should be at with it right now. I'm not even recognizing y'all. Word. All the way down. I'm not even recognizing y'all. Why are y'all detaining me? Why am I here? I'm not even recognizing y'all. I want to represent myself. And I say that all the way to the Supreme Court. I don't even legally y'all have no right, no jurisdiction over me. Legally y'all have no right. Because everything, oh, we have a contract and we have the contract, your birth certificate, your social security ticket card. But it was all set up under fraudulent purposes. It was set up under fraud. So that made the contract, in my eyes, null and void, because you set up a fraudulent contract. So that's where I'm at with it. So let's go. Let's go sit down. I debate any legal scholar. Let's go. Let's talk. Let's talk about this shit. Word up. And I know why I win, because I'll be speaking the truth and the Most High on my side. So I know I'll win. I'll crush him. And it ain't gonna be me. I'll be thinking this shit in the middle of the night, be like, oh, that'd be a good one to say tomorrow in court. Most High gave it to me. Cause we better than them. We created this shit. We all created this shit, man. Word up. That's why we gotta snap out of it. That's why they put all them chemicals in us, man. Word. You gotta start reading the religious texts. We gonna call them that. The religious books. You gotta start reading some of them, man. If you don't want to read, get every now and then get somebody that's gonna give you a little Bible lesson or whatever the case may be. But you gotta get a little bit of knowledge of cause you gotta know what's going on right now. Cause that's where we at right now. We in the Bible with it. Word up. Trump might be able to suspend the writ of habeas corpus. Right? This is an interesting one now, right? Trump might be able to suspend the writ of habeas corpus because Lincoln did it in a time like in the kind of times where you treason and they trying to overthrow the government and all that, because that's what they did. So in these times he could suspend habeas corpus, which means he could just arrest you and hold you for whatever, you know what, for however long. So if you out there marching be advised that you could get charged and held, or you could get held without even being charged. Once he does that. And that's what he's going to do when they start doing that mass arrest shit. Excuse me, watch. Here was one that was interesting. Deep State is using MS-13 gang members for hits. Who that? Ah, yeah. My son sending me one of Shaq frozen on TV. Yeah, Shaq, that the one with Shaq frozen like a robot on TV for 20 minutes. You know, he was like that, just froze, no blinking, no nothing. These niggas is robots, man. These niggas is robots. Either that or some serious MK Ultra mind control, which they willingly do so they could be great, so they could get them commercials and stuff. You know, Shaq got all these commercials, got all this, everything, or whatever the case. But yeah, so Deep State used MS-13 members to do that hit recently. They did the hit on killed somebody recently. And well, they didn't. This is how they said it happened. They said that the hit was done. Yeah, it was the guy with the Hillary Clinton situation. The guy with the I forget the intern name. He's supposed to have a thumb drive. The thumb drive joint. They said he was killed for a burglary, but he wasn't robbed and no money was taken. And then a little bit away that they found the MS-13 dudes, two dudes killed in the car. So they were saying that Deep State used MS-13 members to do hits for them on people, and then they kill the MS-13 gang members, which makes sense. You think about it. If Deep State using them, who the ones bringing in the illegals? Who the ones want immigration, unchecked immigration? You know what I'm saying? Who the ones don't want even the criminal ones? Who the ones that want that to come in? That's all you gotta do. Look at that. Who the one trying to provide them with the people to use to kill them? You know what I'm saying? Then you'll see. Then the other thing that'll make sense is, damn, that's why these motherfuckers be in Chicago and LA talking that fuck that. We gon' ride and we could go and kill up black people and we could let them come into our neighborhood, because they got the motherfucking okay to do it. They got the backing of the government. They end up going in there for killing some black people or some white people. You know what I mean? Because they trying to play us against each other. So they get away with, you know, they gonna get a pat on the back and come home. Just saying. So yeah, the feds is investigating J.P. Morgan right now Feds is in their ass, and they should be, because they just caught them with that, I think $1 billion worth of cocaine in that boat and shit like that. So here's a little fun fact, right? So silver done went up, like I said, went up 6.52%, right? In like a month or whatever. But for every dollar that silver goes up, the banks lose $1 billion. That's why they was trying to keep the price of silver down and all that, and the precious metals, because futures contract. Say when you buy some silver sometimes, and they you buy the silver, but you don't end up getting it, and somebody's holding it for you. It's normally a bank that's holding it for you. And so now you might buy, say at, let's use round numbers. You say you buy silver at $20, right? You buy silver at $20, and you say, well, you know, I bought it at $20 an ounce, so when it get to $26 an ounce, we gonna sell, right? I want to sell when it get to 26 an ounce. But people bought it at like 15. So you gotta look at it from people buying it at 15, never thinking it would never get over 20. So they probably said, when it get to 22 an ounce, we gotta sell. 23 an ounce, sell. So the bank take the silver, and they want to keep the price down, because they don't want them to never say, yo, sell my silver. So long as they could keep that, they bought it at 15 an ounce, long as they could keep it under that 23 that they say sell, they could hold on to it, they could use it for interest. They making money off of this shit, still holding it, right? Because they trying to suppress the price to make sure it stay low, but we stay just low enough where, you know, we just grinding over here. But once it start going up, now they gotta pay them futures contracts. And so now, every time it go up, they lose $1 billion. So that's why they're trying to hold it down. But silver right now is at, I think it's at 24.37 an ounce. When I first started, I think it was at 18. When I first mentioned it, so it's going up, y'all. It's going up. You still got time, because like I said, I think he holding. I think they trying to hold the dollar down. Hold this shit like right here long enough to let more people invest. You know what I mean? More people that's following, you know, certain channels like Surface Santa or Pippi's Investment. Pippi's Investment is another one. He always talking about investments and dollars and all this and gold and all of that shit and stuff like that. So, but people that's watching that channel, I think they trying to hold it down and stuff, and communicating to them through them channels. Like, you know, he still, you know, it still got a little time. You still got a little time. So yeah, so get some silver, man. I'm telling you, buy some silver. De Blasio. So De Blasio name ain't even De Blasio. His name is Warren Wilhelm Bill De Blasio. Wilhelm, I don't know. These heads are all phony, man. That's why I said, man, these heads are all phony. They all fake. Some lying more than others. You know what I'm saying? They all pretty much lying. Some lying more than others. Some lying about way worse actions and deeds than others. Like, say, so, you know, like, yeah, all sins and this and this and that. We, you know, certain things is okay or whatever. Like, it ain't even a fact of what their sexual orientation is or whatever behind closed doors. That's not even it. It's the deception, and it's the reason behind the deception. Are you deceiving us because you're a satanic worshiper? You know what I mean? And it's part of your ritual, or whatever the case may be, to take us through the ups and downs with you, to feed off our energy, to use it. Like, is that why you deceiving us? Are you deceiving us because you hiding that you going to the island and you doing satanic rituals and stuff like that? Because you got some people that might not been a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Might not been a pedophile, but they was still at the sacrifices. You got some people that was a pedophile that might not been at the sacrifices. So you got all levels of bullshit going on out there. So until the dust settles and everything, you know what I mean? I seen a thing where they was talking about all the black men or whatever, they gotta get fucked by somebody. They getting fucked by somebody behind closed doors. It was like even Denzel. said you think Denzel getting paid $24 million a year, whatever, a movie rather, $24 million a movie. Said him too, allegedly. So it's like him. Again, they was on Redman, what's that, the Gates, the new Gates rap, Bill Gates, or whatever the Gates guy is, him. You know, these guys is all lying, and they come out with this gangster shit or whatever the case may be, and this and that. And we thinking they got on behind talent. No, they got on because they willing to get fucked in their ass. They willing to suck a nut. They willing to put Vaseline on the tip like Stephon Marbury did and shit like that. They willing to do this shit to get on. You know what I mean? And then mislead the youth. Tell them that it's alright to do this type of shit. That's what's been going on, man. And they gotta stop, man. Word up. They gotta stop. And we gotta stop it. And again, like I said on the last show, we got two different paths for salvation, or if you want to call it salvation or whatever. They did the lies and the deception and the murder and all of the shit that they did. That's some whole that's a whole of another shit right there they gotta deal with. Like I was telling my son, even if you say, oh, okay, you want to put cops as the #1 killer of black men and women, you want to put cops #1. Okay. Where the violence we do against each other at? And it's in the top 3 for sure. It don't supposed to be in the top 3. That's all I'm saying. It don't supposed to be in the top 10. It don't supposed to be going down. I shouldn't have to worry about getting robbed or getting stuck up or getting shot, or my daughter coming home and getting snatched off the street and raped and shit by men, my people. So I shouldn't have to worry about that. I shouldn't have to worry about that. And until we accept that and start to do something to change that, and change our inner, and change our perspective, our mentality, none of this shit ain't gonna get right. Because we control the planet. We control the planet. We control the planet with our feelings, with our emotions, with what we do, with our actions. We control it. That's why the planet is mad right now. Because we mad. That's all we doing. We mad, we lashing out, we cursing. You got people wanting to bring more violence to the situation, get more guns, get more killing and shit like that. You got all kinds of crazy stuff. You got people willing to come out with their openness, I want to have sex with kids and all of this shit like that, or whatever the case. You got the Church of Satan now talking about they want to put their monuments up right now. Come on, man, dark energy, man. Dark energy. China, they eating babies, baby soup. Dark energy. But yeah, this is my show, man. Love, man. I see y'all soon, man.